All right, Paul. Just yet another game that maybe it's not the result that you guys won, but one that seemed to leave some positives in terms of maybe the way that played out, or some of the play that you guys had during that game.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it? What's the team's thoughts on the result?
Yeah, I think the last two games especially have been frustrating because I feel like we've played better than maybe the result showed. But I thought there were some positives, like you said. I thought our intensity in the game was a bit better. And, I think people who were watching that game and were in the stadium, it felt a bit more like a playoff game. And I definitely felt like we matched them, if not had some of the better moments of the game. And still giving up some sloppy goals, and we've got to clean that up. But I think the response from having two guys get injured in the first half was good, and then the response to the goal, we scored almost immediately off of both kickoffs, and I think the chat this week has been just how can we bottle up that energy a bit more and carry that forward and see that more consistently with us. I think we were better once they scored on us. We were better once we scored that goal as well. So how can we bring that intensity throughout the majority of the game?
You guys have clinched a playoff spot. You're kind of locked into that 5 to 7 range. It's going to be really almost impossible to move up from where you are.
Yeah.
There's some room to move down, but there's marginal differences, right?
Yeah.
What is the attitude for these last 3 games? Because I have to imagine that it's not necessarily about playoff seeding. But that doesn't mean these are meaningless games.
No, I think they're all must-win games. Obviously Portland, we want to beat them, and especially at home. And I think the difference between 5 and 7 is pretty big too. You have a much harder road, and so we'd like to be as high as possible. And these 3 games are crucial for that. And just like I said last week, just getting on a bit of run of form as we go in and really, feeling that belief again that we can really make a run for it here.
Paul, you just mentioned Portland there. As somebody from here, what are your feelings on the Portland Timbers?
I'm excited for this game, I'll say that. And I've never been a big Portland fan. These games mean a lot to me, and I don't want to use any expletives on live camera, but I'm really excited to play those guys.
And you definitely don't want to give them any bulletin board material. It is funny. They definitely get up for these games. They treat them like the Super Bowl. You guys play in a lot of finals. Is the energy sort of like that? Can you compare it at all as another big game on your calendar?
Yeah, I think it's a massive game. I think last weekend gave us a taste for what it's going to feel like. I think there's going to be even more just because it's Portland. And it's a good time for a game like this for us to, change the mojo a little bit and get us going.
You're playing Portland. I guess, what would you rather score, at home in front of your own fans or in their house to shut up their fans?
Oh, that's a good question. I haven't scored against Portland yet, so.
What's the dream scenario?
Ending their season in a 90th minute win.
So you've clearly become like this poster child for the team, what it embodies, right? In this primetime poly, right? That's kind of the games that you show up for. Does it put any additional pressure into this game, additionally to the rivalry?
I think so. I think this is definitely a primetime game. I think we're all excited for it. I appreciate you saying that, but we got a lot of poster boys. I think there's a lot of guys who have led the way on that. I'm kind of just following their path, starting with Zach Scott a while ago, and carries through the guys we have now, like Chris and Steph, and Schmetz leads that too. So we're definitely gonna need that attitude going into the weekend, and I think we can be better in some of those moments too, and protecting some of our guys when they do get kicked as well. I think that was something I talked about with a couple of guys today, just like really standing up for each other in some of those moments. I felt like we let them beat up Chris a little bit too much in the last game, and we needed we need to step in a couple of those moments and defend ourselves a little bit more, because I felt like they got away with too much. I'm talking about the Vancouver game. So, you know, those first few moments are going to be crucial as to how we handle, you know, the first big 50-50 and the first cheap shot from them. And you know there's going to be some of those against Portland. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Anything else for Paul? All righty.
Thanks.